Well, I have a show coming up on May 18th at Surly in Minneapolis, and I'm just getting some inventory priced up to get added to my convention stock. So here, we'll go through and see what I got here. Hold on. I mean, nothing too spectacular, just some basic silver and a little bit of gold, some bronze. Here, let's see what I got here. Adventure, a couple 35. I don't carry anything past like 1978 in my stock, so there's a couple of those. Adventures, All-American Men of War. 10 centers. How you guys doing today? All-Star Western. So Adam number 8. Bob Hope 10 center. I usually don't mess with like stuff like this, but I'm trying to put a couple like 80s things in there, like Brave and Bold, 100 pager, some DC special Viking prints, Detective, lower grade one, a few Doom Patrols. Yep, I got them. Get them all bagged and boarded and priced. About halfway through. GI Combat. Lower grade Green Lantern. Some Hot Wheels. These are kind of hard to find. I don't think they're too valuable or anything. That's a Neil Adams issue. Awesome Mystery. Some mysteries. House of Secret. That's a cool cover. Here's another one that I normally even put this kind of stuff in my stock, but yeah, throw a number 1 80s book in there once in a while. What was that? Metal Man number 5. Number 6. Mr. Miracle. Mystery in Space. Mystery Space. Hey, this one has a pre-number 1 Hawkman story in it. I love Hawkman and I love Murphy Anderson artwork. Look at that. Yeah, baby. Okay, here's a Mystery in Space. Here's another thing I don't normally put in there. Mega Man number 1. Here's a 10-cent Army of War. 142, 147, went to the 15 centers at 234. Classic cover, number 71. Boys are sweating it out too. Got a Rip Hunter Time Master, number 18, number 22. Hey, this turned out to be a rare DC Giant, I guess. I actually have a number 1 of this in my own collection of the very first DC Rudolph. All right, I'm going to this box here. What else do we got? Sea Devils. Is that number 7? Some lower grade ones. 13. Yeah, 13. Let's open one of these up. What number is this? It's number 16. Take a look at the splash page and see how good it is here. 1964. A couple secret origin issues or reprint issues, so they're not worth very much. There's some Phil Silver, Sergeant Bilko. I do like having this kind of stuff in my stock because some people don't carry that kind of stuff. 16. Let's look at the splash of one of these bad boys. Yeah, they're fun. Showcase. Unfortunately, these showcase issues with, Cave Carson and the non-superhero stuff kind of sit there in the stock, but hey. Some dinosaur issues of Star Spangled War Story 105. What's this one? 115. Here's a 30 cent or whatever. I probably should even put that in my stock, but Strange Adventures, Sugar and Spike. There is some demand for Sugar and Spike. Some people want them. Not a lot, but there are people that collect them. A lot of these came from, I had a duplicate convention stock that if I already had an issue, I didn't put them in there. But now I've kind of gone through some of that stuff over the years and kind of replenishing my inventory. Some DCs. 25-cent Supermans, which are not the best movers, but hey, I gotta keep them boxes full. Someone might want some of these. Again, I try to keep all pre-1980 stock predominantly in my convention boxes. I'm kind of a fan of these 70s dollar comics, especially those 77, 1978 issues. They were pretty thick, and I think this one featured all new stories, too. Yeah. They're not highly collected, but some people like them. I think this is 80-page giant, number 6. Here, Superman Family. People don't seem to want these as much. I think they're pretty cool, especially the earliest of the dollar issues. They're really thick, dude. 80 pages. Not to carry too many of these things, but I like some of the earlier 100-page or the dollar comics. Lois Lane. Lois Lane with Wonder Woman. Kirby Jimmy Olsen. Another fun dollar comic. 1980. It's kind of a beat up issue, Super Team Family. Some of these other ones, though, these Super Team Families that they feature like 2 superheroes and they're all new stories, they're undervalued. They're undervalued and underrated. Sword of Sorcery. Number 2, 3, 4. Kind of low demand titles, but they're still cool. Tales of the Unexpected, number 82. Most Tarzans I don't even like putting in my stock, but I got a couple of the early 20 centers in there. Yeah, most of these are middle grade or lower grade issues. You know, Fairs, Goods, GVGs, all the way up to like Fines. Looks like a John Wayne knockoff. Yeah, number 78. Some of these 10 center Western DCs are a little bit tougher. I like them. The world's finest. 10 center. Someone took some penciling to that one. Page or world's finest. Here's some of those Spire Christian comics. I don't know. I only have a couple of these, but I'm gonna start incorporating some of these into my stock. They're not worth much, but some people are like, oh, I've never seen this before. There's another thing I wouldn't normally put in there, but these are kind of cool, man. I'm a fan of this stuff, man. So number one, it's not worth a heck of a lot, but it's pretty cool, man. Kind of underappreciated. I mean, this issue is probably going to be priced for a few bucks or something. I like them. And here's some other stuff I normally I don't put in, like the 1975 Seaboard Atlas stuff, but there is some just laying around, so I'm just going to put some number ones in there, and they'll just be added to my stock in the miscellaneous box. Cougar number one. I mean, they're fun, but they're, you know, they're fairly common. Number one, Demon Hunter. Destructor. Grim Ghost. Kid Cody. They always had a ripoff of a Marvel and like Kid Coat. Iron Jaw was kind of their Conan knockoff. Morlock. Number one. Number two, I'll probably just sell this in a set, you know. Probably $5, $6, $7 for both of those all together. Same with the Phoenix. I mean, they are 50 years old now, so they're getting older, man. I remember when these came out on the newsstand. Planet of the Vampires. Yeah. Number one. Number two. Bondage cover. Number three. What's that? Oh, the Scorpion. I'll probably sell this as a set. The number one's okay condition. Number two. It's a little bit beat, but I'll just throw this in as a bonus issue. Tales of Evil. The Bog Beast. Oh yeah, it's a Double Life of Private Strong. Early Jack Kirby book. It features the first appearance of The Fly, and it's just an early Kirby book. Pretty fantastic for it. Here now we're getting into some old Golden Age that I don't know why this was just sitting around. This was sitting in a box that I had, and had a whole bunch of coverless ones and things. They're kind of all lower grade ones, but they're kind of fun stuff to have. Fawcett title. Bill Boyd Western. Bob Steele, Gabby Hayes. Look at this old ass dude. Let's see these kind of lower grade books here. Hopalong Cassidy. Number 36. Another copy. 48. Motion Picture Comics. It's actually a Rocky Lane. It's a movie issue. Nyoka the Jungle Girl. Hey, Nyoka. It's a Fawcett title. Here, we're bad. It's got an ape cover. That's kind of cool. Oh, yeah, Fawcett's always featured an advertisement on their first page. They probably made more money from the advertisers that way. Let's flip through some of these pages here. Affordable Golden Age titles. Tom Mix. Here's one that's kind of beat up. I thought it'd be worth like $5 or something like that. It's got tape on the cover. It turns out to be a Seduction of the Innocent book. Even in this grade, it's worth 30 or $40, but it's like over $1,000 comic in high grade. Black Cat Mystic. I know this is going to be scarce. I'm just trying to get this. I have a couple other boxes, but these are what I'm trying to finish by next weekend. So it's a low grade Black Cat Western. I love Black Cat. She's kind of cute. Black Diamond Western. Titles like this are undervalued, mother. You get a lot of the Lev Gleason titles. You get a lot of story and art in here, and the art's usually okay. I'm a big fan of the crime titles. It's an IW reprint. It's a Buster Brown comic. I think they gave these away at the shoe store. Yeah, here's a crime does not pay. I love these kind of titles, dude. And I collect some of these things too. It just didn't make the cut quite. But they're pretty fun. And a lot of people don't collect them, so you can get them for 10, 20 bucks sometimes, depending on the condition. They always jammed a lot of words in there. They gave you money's worth back then. You got an actual story to read and multiple stories, and you got a 52-page issue. And just like, yeah. Yeah, definitely undervalued comics, man. One day you'll be a lot more appreciated than they are. Dennis the Menace is one of the slowest selling, hardest sell comic book titles. This is a #1, though. It's a #1. Dennis the Menace and his dog, Ruff. However, it's just kind of a one-shot issue. The Durango Kid. That's kind of cool. Oh, yeah, I think there might have been a Ghost Rider story in this one. Oh, there. Oh, I like this artwork. Look at this. That dude looks evil right there. Man, that was some good art in there. No, this ain't the issue I'm thinking of. Here's another IW reprint. Giggle Comics. Bought a collection with a whole bunch of this dude's stuff in it once. He had them all marked. And I see other ones too. The collection must have got split up because I see other dealers sometimes with one of those books. I don't know. He had a lot of books though. What is this from? December 1945. G.I. Joe. Jesse James, the Avon title. It was a Jungle Gym. Let's see what their kind of artwork is in here. Oh yeah, that looks good. Looks good. There's another crime title. Justice Traps the Guilty. Shoplifting Syndicate. Ooh, I gotta read this one. A full confession of Marsha Della. She was stealing her ass off. Old teen title, Kathy. Kid Cowboy. There were so many titles in the Golden Age, it's ridiculous. Manhunt. There was something about this issue too, I can't remember what it was. Obviously it's low grade here. But still, not everyone wants a $1,000 comic. Sometimes they want a cheap comic. An old cheap comic. What the hell was that? Nice artwork. Oh, it had a Space Ace story. That's right. A superhero title. Superhero dude. Monkey Shines. This kind of stuff is fun, man. Just a basic kids' humor comic from the 40s, probably. What year was this? This says 1948. Look, and it has a house ad in here for all their different titles. Your Lucky 7. They published, whatever this publisher was. Ernie, Dottie, Super Mystery, Monkey Shines, Vicky, Western Adventures, and Haphazard. So they had a few titles. None of them were finally remembered. Super Mystery, I think, has some good issues. But they're all fun. Marmaduke Monk. Oh, it's just fascinating going through some of this stuff. Here, New Heroic. There's 3 of them. These were kind of, I'm not a big fan of these. They were just like 2 or 3 page stories. Let's flip through one of them. I mean, they're interesting. It's just these little 2 and 3 page stories. I don't know if some of them are religious themes sometimes. I'm not sure. Anyhow, there's one. There's another one. There's another one. These are from 1953. It's an oddball humor title, Nude Nick. I think it only ran for a few issues. As you can see, like I said, there's some lower grade ones, but they're still fun, man. Ozark Ike. What you got here? A couple different Robin Hoods. One is Magazine Enterprises issue. One's a Charlton one. This title is actually called Robin Hood and His Merry Men. Here's a Rusty. I think this title ran for, I think this is the last issue, number 5. They only ran for 5 issues. Here's a Stephen Saunders Special Agent. Kind of like a crime title. Now the artwork in here is kind of half-ass. Here's a Susie. She was fine too. Susie. She was a doozy. Here goes one of those Irvin Christnagel things. We got in Minnesota here. Art. This is an Archie tile. The cover's about to fall off of this one here. Go back. There might be some sexy ones in here. I have a couple nicer Susie issues in my collection, and they actually are in demand. Terry Toons, an old Atlas, aka Marvel title from the 40s or early 50s. They're pretty fun, man. Tim Holt. Oh, hold on, that one's coming apart. Tim Holt. This is the one that might have had the Ghost Rider in it, actually, now that I look at it. Where is it? Yeah, there it goes. Look at that. Some nice artwork in there, too. Here's a Wilbur. This one has the cover split. It's number 4 though, so it's an early issue. This says 1945 Wilbur. See? They're still fun though. What else do I got here? Here's a promotional comic from 1965 by the American Cancer Society. Where there's smoke. Smoking in the boys' room. There's not a lot of demand for this, but you know, I like to put different stuff on. Here goes a whole bunch of ACGs. I'll kind of just go through. I love reading these. These are great to read because they feature like 3 or 4 stories out of each issue. They're all usually good art and good, you know, adventure type stories. Ooh, look, the 100th issue. Adventures into the Unknown. Dinosaur cover. Big ass mosquito cover. Here's an older ACG, A Blazing West. 10 center. Nice and colorful. Let's take a look at this here. Hold on. I gotta stretch my hand out for a second. Injun Jones. What is that in there? Bantam Buckaroo. He's a singer, it looks like. Anyways, they're kind of cool, man. Forbidden Worlds. Forbidden Worlds. Yeah, it's nice having stuff besides DC's and Marvels too. Forbidden World. Ooh. Hey, let's look at this one. Oh, it's got like a space sissy, like a humor story or something. It's kind of like Herbie-esque in here. He's been dead for thousands of years. Oh my God. Girl from Bald Mountain. 1964 issue. They're fun. They're a lot of fun. They're fun to read. And they're fun to look at the artwork. They did a really good job. ACG published for, I don't know, I think from the 40s through the 60s, and I'm not sure what they ended in the late 60s. I'm not sure why they didn't continue, because they had several successful series, and they had some superhero stuff too. Like this is Magic Man. He was fun. Here's Herbie. I don't know, right up for 20, 30 issues or something. Kind of a humorous, kind of like silly, like the Fat Fury. Make way for the Fat Fury. But they're kind of fun. I enjoy reading these. They're unusual. I think I have a number 1 of this in my collection. My personal collection. Plump Lump versus Black Whack. All right. He was just a silly, like, I think his lollipop gave him powers or something like that. I recommend them. They crack me up, man. See, if I start looking at some of this stuff, I don't even want to sell it. I want to read them. But I'm starting to get older now, and I have to start thinking about getting rid of some of my stuff, man. I can't keep everything. That's a number. Oh, this is number 1? Yeah. Calling John Force Magic Agent. Kind of like a Nick Fury kind of dude. Because Nick Fury came out, what this is from? Oh shit, this is from 1961. Maybe they got the idea from Nick Fury from him. Marl will be stealing stuff too. Marl ain't beyond taking a lift out of another title. ACGs are a lot of fun. They're cool. They're underappreciated. Unknown World. The devil's on this one. Oh man. You done zapped that dude's ass. Seeing it always list the stories and stuff. I don't know, I think they were well designed. Like in the splash page, this alone. That looks damn cool. People forget to look on the inside of comics anymore, man. They look at the covers, but they don't want to look at anything. That looks cool too. I want to read all of these. Ooh, a green lady. She kind of sexy too. Yeah, the pages are sticking. It might be a loose centerfold in that one. I'm messing that one. Unknown Worlds. Unknown Worlds. Help! Adventures of the Fly. Pretty low grade ones here. '60 issue. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. This beat ass issue. I might as well throw this in the dollar bin. Maybe I'll sell them as a set. Here, this is a #1 Buck Rogers, I think. That one's in pretty nice shape. Not a huge fan of gold keys. There's some stuff like titles that, like, okay, this one's in really nice shape, but like, there's not a lot of demand for this stuff like this. This might have been a TV show or something like that. I tell you what, man, some titles I've gotten, man, we're getting a gold key collection. The girl thought she had like a gold mine, and it's all stuff like this. Like, what do you do with that stuff? I try to sell it, but they be sitting in your boxes for a while. Dr. Solar, a couple of titles do sell. Dr. Solar sell. Chirox sell. TV titles, those do a little bit better. Dr. Solar. What is it? Number 14. And when I say they sell, they're not in huge demand, but they do get asked for. They're more, some of the more asked for Dells versus, like, here's a title with, remember Buffy and Jody, Family Affair, in late 60s or early 70s. This came out in January 1970. Here's a Fantastic Voyage, which I guess was a cartoon. Probably didn't last that long. It's a #1 issue. Freedom Agent, I believe it's a #1. It is. Not a lot of demand for that stuff, but Mighty Hercules. I think that was a TV cartoon. John Carter of Mars. There's a lot of different John Carters. This is the gold key #1 from the early 60s. John Steele. Oh, this is, look how it tear in it too. This is Judge Colt #1. Lucy show #1. Some of these I know that's got a corner crease. That'll be pushed out when I put it in a bag and a board. Magnus right here. Magnus sells good. One of the gold key titles it does. There's a Steve the Zodiac Fireball XL5 #1 issue. I think it only ran for a few issues though. So gold key was trying some different stuff in the 60s. Total War. I think they changed the title later to Mars, M-A-R-S, for Marine Attack Rescue Service. Chirox sell. People like Chirox. Dinosaur cover. The TV show Voice at the bottom of the sea. On the top left it says number 1220, which indicates it's part of the 4-color series. So that's where they introduced titles, and if it sold enough, they graduated it into its own series. And that's what happened here. Dell sold their comic, a lot of their titles to Gold Key, somewhere in the 60s. Adam the Cat. Here's one you don't see every day. It's got a cool cover. It's 100 big pages for 25 cents back in August of 1958. Yeah, I don't see him every day. It's probably a damn hard book to find, I guess. It's just a kid's humor title, so. Here's a Bionic Woman #1. Probably from about 1977, 78. There's also a $6 Million Man comic. Here, Bobby Sherman. David Cassidy comic. My sister used to love David Cassidy. Why? E-Man #1. Here's Go-Go. And it's features the Monkees on the cover. The musical group. I haven't opened these ones. Here's a set of Hee-Haws. There's the #1 issue. The TV series. Yeah. It's got a little sticker on the cover up there. Mysteries of Unexplored Worlds. Charlton title. one of the cooler Charlton titles. Charlton had a lot of crap. Got Abe Lincoln on that one. Dinosaur. It's a Partridge Family. Another Partridge Family. Another Partridge Family. I don't mind holding on to the TV series. Sarge Steele, #1. There's the Space Adventures. I don't know what number that is. Another Space Adventure. Take a look on the first page here. November 1963. Space Adventures, Strange Suspense Stories. There's a Thunderbolt. What else? Did I miss anything? Oh yeah, here's some Beverly Hillbillies. Hold on here. Beverly Hillbillies. Bewitched. Car 54, where are you? That's Herman Munster. Before he was, this is the TV show before Herman Munster. Here's another one. Back in the 50s, 60s, and early 70s, there was a TV series. There generally was a comic book counterpart. Here's Gentle Ben. That's Ron Howard's brother, who was also, I can't remember his name, but he was also an actor. I Love Lucy. Let's take a look at one of these I Love Lucy. There is some demand for Lucy titles because people collect Lucy. Not comic book collectors, but Lucy collectors collect Lucy. Laurel and Hardy. Leave It to Beaver. Oh, that's a Clint Eastwood. Rawhide. And that's about it. I'm gonna jump here. A little stack of Blondie comics. The Harvey tile. I think they're fun. They're low demand titles, but I like it. Anyhow, thanks for watching my video, man. Appreciate it. If you're around May 18th, the Surly Brewing Brewery is having a comic book show in there. So yeah, come on out, man. I'll have about 15 boxes of gold, silver, and bronze. Bye.